So if you haven't heard by now, the Rollin 60s Crips out of Los Angeles, they got picked up on a Rico. Some big names got wrapped up. Big U, Bricc Baby, and Luce Cannon all got wrapped up in this federal Rico. Yo, this is wild, y'all. This is wild. And I'm not laughing at them because I don't wish jail on nobody, but bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. And the thing that makes it crazy is Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon online popping all this stuff, putting all 60 business online. And a lot of it, honestly, I'm telling y'all, a lot of it, I thought was cap. I thought it was cap, especially from Luce Cannon. Especially from Luce Cannon. I thought it was cap. Bro, we gonna be reacting to a video from Compton Ricc Roc today. I ain't even gonna hold y'all much longer. Y'all, BurbankClothing.com, fitted trucker hat. Stay nice, boy. I like it. This is the snapback. Look, I got it wrong. I'm all nervous and shit. Dang, I ain't even prepared. It's over there. Anyways, let's get into this content.
Yo, what up? It's Compton Ricc Roc with Compton Ricc Roc TV, and we back to cover some more of this big youth content. Bricc Baby, Luce Cannon, and we're gonna also throw in some 600. Well, a couple of years ago, 600 made a video stating that Bricc Baby gave him some information that was letting him know ahead of time that this day was coming. Y'all remember when Bricc Baby got caught for that AK-47 and he never got charged for it? Everybody made content. Bricc, what happened to the case? What happened to the charge? You got caught by the police. They arrested you, found the AK-47 in your house, and you never, ever did time for it, never got charged for it. Well, when Bricc Baby got out, he contacted 600, let 600 know, hey man, I was just arrested. They let me out. They told me about this. They told me about that. They said Big U is about to get charged with a Rico in the future, whatever the case may be, and he gonna tell on everybody to avoid getting 20 years. 600 says that.
Now, see, I'm confused about that part because why would the feds tell Bricc Baby that they're going to be picking up Big U in the future, knowing Bricc Baby and Big U have a relationship? Why would the feds tell Big U that? I think 600 might have been lying right there. I think he might be capped out on that part and putting it on Bricc Baby, but I still think he's a fed. He's an informant. I mean, I ain't gonna say he's an informant. They call him officer, the Crip officer or some crap, right? I think he's a fed.
That right? Man, I didn't know none of this until you just told me. Well, this content is from 2 years ago, 2023, somewhere around there. 600 put this video up online when everybody heard it. Everybody said, 600, you tripping? Man, what is you doing? You doing the most. But Bricc Baby gave him the information. Did Bricc Baby know all this information and still continue to go online and keep the content going? Still talked about stuff he had no business talking about, as well as Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon talked about guns, serial numbers being wrote down, guns passed out to the homies. Luce Cannon talked about multiple robberies. Luce Cannon talked about him being Big U's henchman. Now, some paperwork came out today. I guess the case came up. They reading and reviewing it right now on Demon Time Exotics page, going over the content. And also the incident that happened at No Jumper is also in the content. But before we get to that, man, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel.
I wonder if that's going to play into this at all, especially on the Luce Cannon part, because there are a whole bunch of different charges, if I'm not mistaken. It's not all, you know, they didn't all get charged with just one thing, if I'm not mistaken. So I wonder if that incident that happened at No Jumper not too long ago is going to come into play on Luce Cannon's side.
I know if you knew, and without no further delay, let's get to these videos.
I'm chilling, getting old, watching all this stupidity on the internet. I've never seen so much gangbanging from dudes in my whole entire life. I'm sorry. In my life, where people are just telling on themselves on the internet. I ain't never seen that before. And I'm talking about my homeboys. All this 6-0 stuff and gang banging and all this stuff you putting on the internet. I ain't never seen this before. Ever in my life. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't even be saying none of that. I mean, you know, but I'm be honest too. When y'all go watch it, y'all supporting it. Y'all go promote it, y'all supporting it. Guns, gangs, and all this other stuff.
See, I said back when all the conspiracy theories were flying around. No, let me put it this way. Right after Black Sam did his interview with Big Boy, I said Big U needs to stay off the internet. He needs to stop talking on the internet. Even if he really was innocent, when he talks, he doesn't seem genuine. He's not believable. Even if he is telling the truth. Like, he just has like a face, a sound. He carries himself like somebody that just should be trusted. At least on the internet. I don't know. I've never met him in person, but on the internet, he carries himself like somebody that shouldn't be trusted. That's why I said before, he needs to stop talking on the internet. Even if he's innocent, stop talking on the internet, because he talks and makes himself look worse.
We need to stop all that stuff, man. We gotta grow up eventually. At some point, at some time, we gotta grow up. The culture gotta grow up. And y'all gotta start expecting more from older dudes. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta start expecting more. If somebody at a certain age, you need to expect more from them. You know what I mean? You going on there and you looking and listening to buffoonery. That's cool. But y'all giving these dudes these numbers and then they putting up fake numbers. If you're an old dude, you need to be concentrating on building cars. You need to concentrate on helping kids. You know what I mean? If you
And honestly, right here, he's speaking facts. He's speaking facts right here. You an older dude, you need to be concentrating on trying to help the youth or trying to better your life. Leave the gang stuff behind.
Once or twice go on there and say, you know, where you came from and okay, that's cool. But living on the internet, I just seen all kind of stuff, man. How do you go on here? Y'all, it's crazy. They ain't gonna get me doing that. And you know another thing I gotta say? I hate when people come up to me and say, I seen your YouTube. Or your YouTube. What YouTube? Y'all ain't see me doing no buffoonery on the YouTube. Y'all got all these people going on there quoting stuff and putting up pages talking about I responded to this. I know how to talk. I'm not responding to no ignorance. I'm not doing that. I ain't done that in a long time. So, I'm not doing that. You can't really knock these young kids that's out here because they still in their ignorant stage. But somebody, when you get past 25, 26, you supposed to be trying to go get some money. Don't fall for the gangster shit, man. All the neighborhood
stuff. Hold on. Because that's what Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon was trying to do. They was trying to get some money off of running their mouth, bumping their gums on the internet. Bumping their gums on the internet. And the feds said themselves, they watched and listen to all of that stuff. I know some of y'all thinking, oh, well, they can't convict you off of that, and that. Well, guess what? If they already have proof of something, but they can't prove it 100%, you go on the internet and says something that wasn't put out in the public that completely corroborates that other evidence, that's your ass.
All the gang stuff, all the whatever stuff. You know what I mean? Don't fall for none of it. I fell for it. He didn't teach me nothing, give me nothing.
After I pull up with you.
Officer Love Boys.
You tell me.
Bro, I'd be so sick if my last name was Love Boys.
You can't be in the streets no more, gang. They told you they've been watching you since March.
Hey, he just looked like a fed, bro. He looks like a cop. He looks like a fucking fed to me. Just looking at him like this.
It's ugly. Didn't you tell me to stay away from Big U? They got a Rico on Big U. See, while Big U is thinking that, you know, you his boy, let him know that you came and told us everything. I had no idea about no Rico. How did I know about a Rico? You told me. Because the feds ran your house and the feds picked him up, ran his house. You told me y'all got the same lawyer. Your lawyer told you everything about his case.
A lawyer ain't gonna do that. A lawyer ain't gonna do that. Why would Big U's lawyer turn around and tell Bricc Baby everything about Big U's case? Even though, I mean, it's the same lawyer. Why would they tell him about that?
Okay. You told me to stay away from Big U. They're trying to give him life for Big U Rico. You know what you told me? But you ain't got nothing to worry about, 6. It ain't a 6-0 Rico. It's a Big U Rico. They're trying to give him life. It's ugly for Cuz. They want Cuz in jail. So you said your lawyer told you everything about his case. Y'all got the same lawyer. You told me to stay away from dude. His lawyer say he's gonna try and take down everybody he can. So he can probably get 20 years, not life. That's what you told me. All this 50-page indictment, all this is from you. I don't know nothing about none of that. I'm not even in Dude's circle.
Wow. Let's look at what else they.
You ain't gotta be in a circle to know that if you working with the feds, I think that nigga lying.
They had to say. Let me take that comment down so y'all can see the whole screen and everything. The 2 other suspects removed valuables from the victim, including jewelry, cash, a cell phone, and in excess of $5,000. Damn, felony theft or robbery or something like that. Like, that's felony burglary. You know what I mean? Over a certain amount of money. The victim lost consciousness during the attack. Yeah, that's the one. That's the second one. This ain't Jay Reed. That's the second one that never talked. And if y'all pay attention, everybody was hinting that the reason he wasn't talking was because he was working with law enforcement.
For y'all that want to check out the rest of them transcripts, run over there to Demon Time Exotics. He got the rest, man. And when I say they got everything in these transcripts, they got everything. Remind me of Keefe D when Keefe D went on multiple talk shows and talked about the Tupac case. Now he's arrested. He's in there crying right now, talking about he wasn't there. But he's clearly said he was there and multiple
times. They didn't even write a book about it.
Interviews. The same thing with Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon put himself in a trick bag. I can't believe that he was actually talking about crimes that really happened. I literally thought he was making some of this stuff up.
Facts. I thought he was too. This nigga done tricked himself off the streets, bro.
I wouldn't have.
All for Adam 22. Think about that.
Never, ever got on the internet and went to war with him, talked bad about him if I would have known that he had this case over his head. Luce Cannon, like I said, you put yourself in a trick bag, man, but I don't wish jail on nobody. All the clowning that we did in the past, man, free all them dudes. We don't know when we gonna see them again. Bricc Baby, you definitely knew ahead of time. You knew 2 years ago that this case was gonna happen. You knew 2 years ago that the Rico was coming and you still put yourself in a line of fire, deal with certain individuals when you knew, man, let me leave this alone, let me get out of Dodge, but the internet fame is something else, man. People get on these talk shows and they get high, they do them drugs, run their mouth. Now look at Bricc, man.
Hey, I've often said that about Bricc. I wouldn't be able to trust him with anything because he gets so zooted and out of his mind, he liable to say anything on camera.
Bricc, you also said a whole lot of stuff you ain't had no business saying on the internet as well. Now 600, everybody say, man, 600 working for the police, man, 600 trying to turn Big U in, and we all said that. We all said, man, you doing a little bit too much, homie. The stuff that you doing, the stuff that you bringing to the internet, the streets don't work like that. You know better than that. But hey, man, that's the life that he lived. That's what he got to go through, and they gonna scrutinize him on this internet. It might make him bigger. Y'all know how the internet work. The internet find out, oh, you knew some information and it came true. How do you know the future? So they gonna be calling him up for interviews. So what do you guys think about the whole situation, man? Do y'all think Bricc Baby knew and still played with fire? Do y'all think he should have never told 600? Because when he told 600, 600 ran a real smear campaign with his top op, Big U.
You guys said I was Compton Ricc Roc. Videos called Big U tried to warn Luce Cannon, Bricc Baby, and they didn't listen. They chose fame. They chose clout. They chose chasing clout on No Jumper. And on Clubhouse, I don't know, not thinking they was gonna get picked up. I don't understand now. I don't understand that. I still don't think Bricc Baby told 600 that stuff. Yeah, it's possible the lawyer has some loose lips and told Bricc Baby about Big U's case. I doubt it though. I doubt it. And then Bricc Baby stupid for going and telling 600 about it. Come on, man. Come on. And let's see. I want to show y'all this. Look at this. I couldn't really pull up a better picture. But if you look to the left side, middle row, starting from the left, Tremaine Williams, Loose Cannon. Right next to him, Zaire Mitchell, Bricc Baby. Right next to him, Eugene Henley Jr., Big U. So, yeah, who else is on here? Nobody I really recognize. It's a female. There's 2 females on it. There's 3. A couple females on there too, y'all. Wow. Wow. I was gonna make the second part of that 1090 Jake video because homie put out a really interesting video about 1090 Jake. I was gonna do that video today, but this just happened out of nowhere while I was on my way to get MRI on my knee. But you guys, that's my video for today. If you guys made it this far and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell icon. That way YouTube notifies you every time I drop a new video. And when you guys get that notification, make sure you guys watch the video. That helps the video get into the YouTube algorithm, helps it get more views. What also helps is when you guys hit that like button and leave a quick comment. All that helps this video get more views, and that in turn helps the channel bring in more revenue so I can buy more stuff to help keep y'all entertained, all right? It's your boy King Charmer. I'm out this motherfucking peace.